Oh, what do we do now, right? Hey, it's Ice Age TV. Welcome to the show. Yeah, it looks like earlier, right? So what do I drive? I think I'm going to drive my Bronco. You know, the Raptor's so tempting, but I think I'm going to take the Bronco. I haven't driven the Bronco in a while. I'm going to drive my Bronco. So it's the Bronco Adventures. Follow me along. All right, let's start with the Bronco. Look at that spider web, right? Listen to this thing. Bronco's just so much fun. Should take the top off. Probably for me, it'll be it'll start raining this afternoon, and then that'll be a huge mistake, you know. And here's the thing: I was looking for my motorcycle pants last night, and there they are. Jesus Christ! All right, smells like dogs in here. What's that all about, right? You know, where'd that come from? Yeah. So you're probably thinking, why are you taking the Bronco? Why don't you drive the Ram? Well, this is what I'm thinking. I'm always thinking, you know what I love about this truck? This truck here has this toolbox in the back of it. I mean, it's so cool. And then I got my tools. I'm going to have to transfer out tools over from over there to over here and over there to over here. Got a job due up and way up in Bel Air, Maryland, you know. So, but here's the biggest thing. We were talking this morning about that Mach-E, and I got to thinking to myself, we were strategizing. I've got another Ford F-150 Lightning coming in, and yeah, so what's that all about, right? You know, I've been a Milwaukee guy for so long, and now Lowe's sells Craftsman stuff. You know, I've been buying this stuff, and I gotta tell you, it just ain't that good. Those Craftsman, you know, battery-powered, you know, drills, and they cut out. It's so weird. So look at here, this is the Bronco. I told you the time before. This is a vehicle, I'd have a hard time letting this go. This thing is just such a practical vehicle to be able to work out of, go places, tow, you know, with limitations. But for my motorcycles, it's fine. You've seen those videos. Yeah, so somebody was saying, why don't you drive the EV vehicle today? Which it would be advantageous to do that because it's such a long day of driving. But we kind of got talking this morning about strategizing. I've got another F-150 Lightning truck coming in, and here's the challenge. You know, I really don't want to add vehicles. I know if you watch my channel, be like, you're full of BS, man. You're BSing us. Okay, well, I have gotten rid of vehicles, and I haven't driven this car so long, I can't remember if I have the freaking, you know, home link in this thing. That just shows you. I mean, yeah, this truck here, I've barely driven the damn thing. It's got close to 10,000 miles on it. Yeah. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Just getting the hell out of here. I mean, jeez. You forget things. Like, here's a printer I need that needs to go with me today to do my work. But yeah, do I forget it? Yeah. Hey, how about that? I like that sticker. They're pretty cool. I'll put this back here. So, yeah, so I had to just about left without my hat, which gotta have the theme. Even though I've already got a heavy shirt on, should probably go in the house and get a lighter shirt I'm gonna burn up. Jeez. All right, now I got to look. This is the Indian shirt. You traitor. You know, on the Indian forum, I posted my Harley adventures and nobody responded. I'm kind of surprised. On my Indian forum, you know, it's a good group of guys, and I shared my pursuit, you know, videos, and not a peep. I mean, it's like everybody ignored me. I'm a traitor, which I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, you know, every brand has their niche, meaning that Harley Davidson Street Bob, it's such a niche, cool bike. You know, I don't think that Indian has that bike. It's not fair to compare it to the Bobber. Wow. I'm going to take out my mailbox. I haven't done it yet. Do I do it today? Ooh, that was close. All right, so anyways, yeah, now the adventure begins. And I need gas. And then look at my fuel economy. I got to change that. I got to hold that. Because that was towing the trailer. If everybody remembers that video. How many videos? What video? Yeah, so going back to that thing Mach-E, I should be driving that today. But I'm not. Because it's got close to 12,000 miles on it. So that was my point of reference earlier was, I've got another F-150 Lightning truck coming in, which I don't think will come in. I just can't win. I gotta go back home because I have the damn key for another truck that I just sold. With the guy that bought the F-250, you just don't win, so I'm driving back home. Now here's the irony to this. Here's the Ford F-250 key. You know, yeah, what's the irony? Well, last 3 trucks or cars, so the 2 Ram trucks, no second key. Ford Mustang GT for the kid, no second key. And yeah, I mean, I'm not blaming them, but at the same time, here I'm going out of my way to get a guy a second key for a truck he just bought. But yet here I've got 3 vehicles now with no second keys. And is anybody going out of their way to get that done? Yeah, that GT Mustang, it's just going to get lost in the mix. And it's going to be one day the kid calls me, hey, Dad, I can't find the key. Yeah, we're dead now. You're dead. I mean, there's no second key. And so it's just, yeah. But, you know, going back to that Mustang Mach-E. So here's the challenge. The Ford F-150 truck's coming in. I know. If anybody's watching my channel, just don't buy the damn thing. Oh, here's the danger. After I get doing my job today, coffee and GERD do not work. I'm just telling you. When I drink coffee in the morning, the GERD just explodes. It's just the worst. So if you hear me gurgling and coughing, it's the coffee. It's the coffee. It irritates my GERD. Yeah, why are you drinking it? Yeah, I know. Duh. So here's the thing. I'm going back to Koons Baltimore Ford to drop off a key. Oh, wow. Hey, looky here. What's going to play out, right? I mean, yeah. Okay, so that's a good conversation. What am I going to give up? I mean, I know people are on my channel watching it thinking, well, Jesus Christ, dude, you flip cars all the time, but we're out of vehicles. And I've said that numerous times, but sincerely, okay, so what, I'm going to give up the Ram trucks? That's not going to happen. That deal just went down. I'd have to be writing them a check to do that. Am I going to get rid of the Ford Raptor? No, I don't want to get rid of that. All right. Here's the gentleman that runs it. He picks up trash along the way. So he knows, he's like, second time, he knows what's going on with that story, right? So you go through the list of cars now. Am I going to give up the GT500s? Not right now, because I think they're getting too valuable. The Dodge Challenger? No way. I just was stupid what I just did. If I give that up, let's see here, the Ford Mach-E. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. That's a car I could probably take and get something, but no, because right now, I was just talking about earlier, is the F-150 Lightning truck that's coming in, I'm going to have to give something up. And plus, I want to give something up. I really don't want, just more vehicles. I'm always telling everybody on my channel, if I need brains, I just cash out of like everything and just keep selecting vehicles. But yeah, hey, everybody else, pay your own damn car payment, right? Yeah, hey, Dad, I ain't paying your payments no more. Hey, my brother, I ain't paying your payments anymore. Hey, the guy works for me. I'm not, you go buy your own vehicle. Hey, wife, you go buy your own damn vehicle. Hey, kid, you go buy your own vehicle. I mean, and sincerely, yeah, most people have all the money in the world. That's how they operate. People have all the money in the world. They don't share their money. Yeah, wonder why they have all the money. One nice thing about this Bronco is I've done all the research and study, and 87 octane runs, she gets good mileage. I don't think you get the performance out of her, but 366 versus, I don't know. What is the price for a premium here? Let's look. Wow, $1 a gallon difference. Yeah, so for $1 a gallon, I'm going to put the 87 octane in. Yeah, big time. So how many gallons is that going to be today, right? But, going back to the thing about, the cars I flip and trade and everything else. So I'm just trying to read this morning is the F-150 Lightning truck will come down to, I think, the Mach-E. But even at the same time, I don't know. Do I even, here's the good news. I'm going to get the locked in price of that truck. That truck could possibly make me at least 20 grand, about 30 grand. Just think about it. That's going to be like an $80,000 truck. Well, if Ford is accurate and it's not going to be 90 and I get the locked in pricing, I don't know exactly how much the increase is, but I'm just going to say 10 grand. So if I get it for 80, okay. So technically, the dealer, you know, if I paid 90 and a guy paid me 20 over, that's 110. If I get it for 80 and a guy paid me 110, oh my gosh, 30 grand. Yeah, I've said many times on my YouTube channel, I think if I play my cards right, I possibly could make 200 grand off selling some vehicles over the next year. I mean, wow. Yeah, I mean, I'd be an idiot not to take advantage of that. I mean, I hear you. All right, truck just still took today, right? 20 bucks, 30. Oh, here was $44. There you go. Oh, it's the train. Last in line, and this is a road that you kind of get stuck behind slow people. Look at that Ford. Yeah, the kid would be like, Dad, I want that truck. Pretty badass, right? Just a beautiful day up here. 73 degrees out. Just really nice. And now I switched out of my little heavier jacket. I didn't grab anything else, and oh well. I think it's going to be well worth the temperature here. So yeah, this morning in the Bronco, switching it up. The reason for the Bronco is save miles on the Mach-E. Could have taken the Raptor truck, but this truck actually is pretty well set up today for me to work out of it, so I'm going to do that. And I haven't driven the Raptor. I haven't driven the Bronco so long, and I guarantee you, people are like, why didn't you get the? Why didn't you buy the Raptor R? I mean, in hindsight, I should have ordered a Raptor R Bronco. But at the same time, I'm very happy with my Bronco. And, you know, when do you raise your hand and say, enough is enough? Yeah, anybody watching my channel right now is like, yeah, man. Yeah, you should raise your hand a long time ago on that. Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, it's my personality, who I am. So, in the Raptor, it's so funny. I keep referencing the Bronco to the Raptor. Why is that? To me, the Bronco already is a Raptor. I mean, it's just a really fun vehicle. So now I got the brake check. It's a 45-mile-an-hour road. We're doing 39, and this person here it's an older person, and that's the challenge when you ride behind the wheel of these vehicles every day. You know, it's so challenging. You have to really, you know, it's your living. You know, for me, if I lose my license, I'm done. Yeah, did I just about lose my license back in 2018? Yes. I talked about that a while back of, you know, how you get yourself in trouble in the state of Virginia, and it gets radical. You know, so, yeah, your manners and behaving on the road, people don't get it. So you get a speeding ticket, and you're sitting in front of that judge. I mean, you just don't understand that judge can make your life pretty miserable. But you created your life to be miserable. Hello, right? Duh. Anybody know that conversation? Or blame everybody else? Is that where we are? Yeah, blame everybody else for all your own personal problems. That kind of seems to be where society is don't take responsibility, just look to blame it on somebody else. Yeah, sadly. You see what's going on in the media? I'm talking about this in the out of control video the other day. So the governor of Texas, now he's shipping people up to trying to think where it was. I can't even. He's picked a whole other city where he's shipping people. And now Ron DeSantis of governor of Florida, he's doing the same thing. He's flying people in. And you know what? Do you believe this or not? But what the claim right now is that there's 1,000. We think this through. I think it's embellished, but I'll just tell you what the news is saying. And it's not here to go political, but I'm just sharing information on how, even for me, I'm like, wow, that's beyond believable. They claim in Texas, whether it's Austin or whatever city it is in Texas, 1,000 illegal immigrants per day are showing up in the city. And they're just living in the streets. So it's just turning into like a third world country. I mean, do we believe this? I mean, do you, as a YouTube channel subscriber to me, watch my channel, I mean, I'm just curious. Do you believe right now that in Texas, in a certain city, 1,000 homeless people are showing up a day? I mean, it's beyond believable. I mean, I don't know. It's just, like I said the other day, I think this country more than ever is out of control. And when do people start raising their hands and saying it's not right? It's what all the things are going on. You know, how much longer do we let the big business dictate your life? And that's a great conversation too. I kind of mentioned earlier, or I don't think I even did. In the Wall Street Journal, the article was about, and I mean, maybe I did mention this, but it's just redundant. But it talks about small business owners still haven't recovered from the pandemic. That they're claiming 75% of small business owners has still not recovered from the pandemic's challenges. And what it talks about is how more than ever it's the challenge of retaining people and employing people, and people having to give out a lot of money and a lot of benefits to attract individuals and to retain them. And and it's unfortunate. I talk about it all the time. Somebody would work for me, they would be like, well, you make too much money. And I get all that, because the perception is all these cars and trucks, you make way too much money. So if I work for you, I deserve to make a lot of money too. And that's where the challenge is. And I've talked about it in my other videos, that I know so many business owners that make so much money and they never share with their employees what they have. They hide everything. Their employees don't know they have a second or third house, or they think they don't know. Their employees don't know they've got Mercedes-Benz and Porsches sitting in their garage and fancy boats. And yeah, they think their employees don't know, but they know, but they don't let them see it. Okay, so see, when you drive up to my property, sincerely, if you watch my YouTube channel, if you drove onto my property, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this guy's filthy rich. He makes way too much money. I should be able to make a lot of money because this guy makes a lot of money. And there's the challenge. But yet the Amazon guy goes to work, that works for Jeff Bezos, as I mentioned the other day, he makes billions of dollars, but you're not driving up to his personal yacht and his McMansion homes and his spaceship to radiate that and to feel that. You're going to a warehouse where you're looking at a bunch of other people that are at your level of job, meaning that you've opted to become a delivery person, and it's nothing negative to you doing that. That's a very challenging job. I by all means, hats off to the UPS people, the Amazon people, the FedEx people, anybody that has to drive around vehicles all day and make deliveries. That's incredibly challenging. But the whole point is, here's Jeff Bezos in higher management making zillions of dollars off of your efforts. So does that mean now that you're enriched to make the same amount of money they do? And that's my whole point, is small business, very, very challenging when you're a small business owner and your business does well, that your employees see that you benefit from that, and there's more of a grudge. I mean, I'm not lying. I mean, I have a personal friend of mine that he watches my channel every now and then. I'll be curious he watches this channel on this comment, because I don't know, I get mixed feelings. And he's such a great friend. This is not me calling him out, but here's the thing. A great friend of mine that used to be my service writer, and I really miss him. He's a great guy. And in fact, at one time I thought he'd maybe even work for me. And yeah, I mean, but I can't afford him. You'd be like, yeah, you can. Well, he's got benefits and compensation, and we talked about this. But here's the point. He left. So he left, and he's now, doing, and I think that's great. I really do. This is nothing, I'm excited for him. I really am. And he's a great friend that, he kind of consoled into me, confided to me before he left his job being a service writer, that he was going to go open up a bicycle shop, and at that, electrical bicycles, which that's a huge growing trend right now, is electric bicycles. So he shared with me he's going to do that. And I was like, hey, I think that's awesome. I see how you want to blossom and move on. And so he left. The downside for me is I left my best service writer at the Ford dealership I go to, and I don't have that anymore, which sucks. But at the same time, I want him to succeed. Even though I said, the only thing I'd be concerned is, are we going to go into a little downturn in the economy the next year? I said, as long as you make a business plan that is based off of, the worst case scenario, and if the numbers work, then yeah, I would move forward. But if you're going off the best case scenario, you're probably kidding yourself. You're going to be very challenged. So for the first time the other day, actually after I picked up that F-150 Lightning truck, I went by and saw him. And what I'm talking about this is about relationships and business and who we are. And it's so important that anybody that has relationships in business, you know, it's an either or. And what I mean by that is, so I went by and I saw him. I showed off my F-150 Lightning truck late in the day. And a gentleman there that's like my age, I think is his boss. I think he's one of the owners. And I don't know all the details. But I felt for him because here I'm talking to him, and we always buddy up. We always have great conversations. And my daughter's there with me, and we're hanging out. And he's really, you know, interested in what's going on, and I'm interested in how he's doing and what he's doing. And the other gentleman's my age, and keep in mind, there's nobody really there at the shop. It's like 5:15. It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And my daughter's telling me later that the older gentleman was sitting there tapping his hand on the watch on his arm and looking at him with with one of those glare downs, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? So we were there for probably about 15-20 minutes, I would say. And the guy doesn't know who I am, and I'm the guy that'll probably buy an electric bicycle. I mean, yeah, he's had some really cool bicycles there, so yeah, the odds are I'll probably buy an electric bicycle from him at some point. And for my daughter or whatever, who knows, but I have friends that I can share the stories with to get them to go there and help them out. And I gave them some ideas. But I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, so this is a really dedicated, hardworking guy, a friend of mine, but yet the owner's in there, now. And what's the irony is, when I pulled up to the location, the owner was outside with a guy probably in his 40s, and they were just yakking and talking and yakking and talking. And it was kind of like, for me, I was trying to kind of figure out what's going on there, is this a guy getting ready to buy a bicycle? Is this a friend of his? I don't know. But they were outside yakking. Well, now that guy left, and now we're outside, and I'm thinking to myself, as we left, I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, is this owner, partners, or, it's challenging small business, is he kind of like being kind of abrasive there by, hey, so I don't know. And for me as an individual, if he's watching my video, man, God bless you. I think you got a really nice setup there, and I really do truly hope the best for you. But at the same time, I only hope that I'm so wrong that the gentleman there isn't kind of like riding you as a partner, that's kind of questioning you manage your time. I mean, I just think that's pretty sad. This guy here is riding my butt. So you know what I'm going to do? I was going to pull over, just go on by. This guy here. So this guy right in the butt, okay? So, no, I didn't. I just let him go by. Just go on. Go do your thing. Let's go 100 miles an hour. He's a handicapped car, too. This is what you deal with. This guy came up on me doing 100 miles an hour. And now he's going to ride this guy's butt. And he was trying to pass me in double lines. I hope he does it. Usually a cop sits right up here of this hill up here. So, but that's what you do. Somebody wants to ride your tail, just pull over. Let them go by. It is so aggravating when I'm on the road that people, and you just want to go by them, and they just pull this routine of speeding up so you can't go by them. It is the worst. And it gets very confrontational. It's road rage. So there you go. Oh, this would be classic. So now he's riding this other guy. So if the person in front of me wasn't even doing the speed limit. So now this guy's riding this person's tail, and he's pushing this person to go over the speed limit. And I tell my daughter let the guy behind you tell you how to drive. Because if there's a cop up the road and you get a ticket, that cop, they won't do nothing for you. They will do nothing. They don't give a crap. You got the ticket. And that's the bottom line. You can't sit there and go, a guy behind me was forcing me to drive fast. That won't go anywhere. Yeah, put your thumb in your mouth on that one. So anyways, just radiating back, and, in life's experiences in small business. And, I know some people are like, hey, it's their car channel, right? But I try to give insight and information. And anybody that's younger watching my channel, I try to kind of radiate back to other individuals that, being a small business, a lot of people want to be in small business. It's extremely challenging. And God bless you if you can get out on your own and get out from the having the the regime power over you. But it's like anything. It's not easy. Somebody maybe makes it look easy, but it's not. So hey, is that the message of the day? That somebody maybe makes it look easy, but it's not. Well, back to car conversations, right? So I'm driving the Bronco. This thing is so cool. So this guy, borderline what tells me is I got over, this guy here is probably questioning, what I did. So do they go hard left here and start going 80, 90 miles an hour? So they really haven't. They really haven't so this is the person here that was putting down the road. And it's an older lady, I think. And it's nothing against her, but what kind of seems to happen with that type of person is they get caught up in the pocket of mode. What I've noticed many times, I've gone by people who are putting down the road, but then they come up, then they start following you, and they just kind of ride off of your speeds. You kind of can separate yourself from them. Eventually, they slow way down because they just get caught up in the moment. Now, it's so funny. I can even keep track. So this thing here has the adaptive cruise. But I just admit it's so many cars. Yeah, right. Yeah. So here I am. For me, I'm on a 65 mile an hour road, right? And for me, am I hanging? Barely. It's 80 mile an hour. It's just insane how fast people drive. I'm one to talk, but I'm telling you, if I put this thing down to 65, 70 miles an hour, I become the bad guy. Become the Harley guys. The other thing I forget is the modes. Which way is sport? There's sport. So this here, the whole truck opens back up. I'm taking it back into two-wheel drive. So, but I think on regular gas, you don't get the same power. And the reason I say that is I learned when I bought that Raptor, the truck just didn't feel that powerful. It wasn't until I put premium gas in it, all of a sudden that truck came to life. So I think that, for me, I truly believe that truck, and like this vehicle here, that you're not getting the ultimate power. Here comes the street guys. Watch my videos, you got 3 of them. That's nice. And so I got the Indian stickers on here. I don't even have Harley stickers. So those guys could very easily be like, oh, he's an Indian guy. They're definitely going somewhere to an event, would be my guess. They're going up north, maybe up to Gettysburg or something. No, if they're going to Gettysburg, they wouldn't be going that way because they'd have to go 15. So it's kind of interesting where they're going here. But anyways, they'd be very easy to say, oh, that guy's an Indian guy. He's not a Harley guy. But I had a guy reach out to me after I made that video last night, wanted to inquire where I got that windshield. That street glide windshield really is a huge difference. I've done so many street glides. Yeah, well, I want to start counting the number of those. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, I got it from Amazon, and it's a weird website's name that sells those, and it's definitely China stuff. But yeah, that really is a nice windscreen for the Harley, and it still gives that bike a really aesthetic, cool look. And that's the danger when you get out there. Is when you change out that screen, does it still have that really cool look? If you know what I mean. So are the Harley guys gonna just kind of get really into it? Are these 80 mile an hour Harley guys? Harley lady? And it looks like these are all street glides. I kind of really didn't totally pay attention to that, Yeah, a lot is, these are the roads where you got a lot going on. With people merging in, merging out, so they're shooting out in the tri-pack. Whoa, it's like this guy here. He was on the fence to maybe move over. I talk about this in my Raptor. It's hard to believe that my Raptor truck gets basically the same mileage as this truck, as this Bronco. To me, that just blows me away. That this vehicle, you would think that this vehicle would get like 20 miles a gallon. And keep in mind, this thing's got big ass tires. It's all proportional, the power, a lot of things there. But that Raptor truck is just so big. This Raptor truck, I would think that thing weighs at least 500 pounds more. This is a heavy vehicle, though. That's one thing I like with this Bronco. It's so funny. It's the Jeep and Bronco conversations. I mean, oh my gosh. And it irritates people. Just like on my Dodge forum, I posted about the Ford Mustang reveal, and they don't want it. The forum, I get it. The community just isn't excited about seeing the Ford Mustang. And at the end of the day, as far as the retro theme, really badass looking car, to me, the Dodge Challenger, especially the wide body Hellcat package like my yellow one, but it doesn't have to be yellow, it could be black. I just think that car looks so badass. I think that in the looks aspect, even though the GT500 Mustang's really nice, really good looking car, and I've seen a lot of other Mustangs modded that look really good, but I think that the factory production Dodge Challenger wide body is the cooler looking car. So, for me, it's just for me, I like to share information, and I think more than ever, Ford is trying to push the envelope, and it just makes no sense why Dodge. I mean, I get it. It's owned by the Europeans, the Stellantis flair. It's all about the European agenda, which is more than ever the green agenda. But even though I talk about this, how's that working out over there, the Europeans, as you guys are being cut off from Russia on natural gas, and you're going to have to restructure your your big electric plants into oil again. What about coal? Are they going back to coal because the natural gas capability has been cut off from them? Yeah, so I mean, when the reality sets in, the truth shall prevail. It's okay. Well, you know what? That green agenda idea sounds pretty cool on a piece of paper, but in the real world, it doesn't work. Yeah, right. All right, here we got truck trailer guy doing his little maneuvers on me. Now look at that truck there. So there's a guy, there's a good example of a guy that, what'd he do, right? Yeah, he loves that truck. Isn't that pretty cool? It's a Chevy, and he did his own little custom thing, and I talk about that all the time. And, people, just have that passion to make their vehicle unique. Yeah. Bull horns in front of you. Yeah, you're unique, buddy. Yeah, buddy, I get all that. But you know what? So earlier I was talking about taking another key back to Koons Baltimore Ford. So, how does that play out, right? I mean, for the record, the batting average, I mean, come on, I've been hitting home runs. Or, technically, am I striking out? Yeah, I mean, I know here's a Jeep guy. So here's the Jeep guy coming up on me. Now, does he want to prove that he's the faster man? And that's the thing. The Jeep, I think the Jeep's a really good looking vehicle. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Jeeps, but I've owned them. And when you drive that compared to this vehicle here, it's just night and day. Once again, I think the Jeeps are cool looking. They're nice, they are. But if I had the choice, I'm gonna have a Bronco, because the Jeep just isn't comfortable. That Jeep has a walk. That solid front axle, and then the interior, no way. That seating, that Jeep is nothing close to the Bronco. Now, me going to Koons Baltimore Ford. Now, I planted the seed last time I was there. You watched my video. I said, hey, Chief, the next time I come back to your dealership, you'll probably have a Hellcat Charger Red Eye wide body. Yeah. Well, sincerely, is that a possibility? Not today. I can definitely see down the road my sales guy texting me, hey, look what we just got in. Okay, so so where does that all go? If that played out, I'd have to give something up, so where does that all go? And the only reason that I would consider that is because of Dodge is doing away with the Challenger and Charger Hellcats after 2023. So, it would come down to miles on the car, color, and interior, and, the price. And if it made sense, then the danger is, would I give up my GT500 magnetic for it? to basically say, okay, well, this here is me just crossing the bridge. Do I really want 2 Mustangs? But the other thing is, the other Mustang, I just can't see me ever driving that because it's such an investment that I think it's a disservice to drive it, being that I think I can cash out of it and make a good amount of money. I'd have to say, you have to wonder, when does Ford make the announcement? When the GT500's done. The Shelby American's already done that. Yeah. So what's this guy here doing? We got a guy here. So is this guy like checking out my bullhorns? I mean, what's going on there? Something's going on. When somebody comes up on you fast, and then they slow down, just like me and that guy in that white truck. So today, I mean, yeah, here it is. Here's the thing. You guys would be laughing. I'd be laughing as the other side. I'd be like, oh, okay. So this is the guy the other day driving over Koons Baltimore Ford. And here's the danger. I've got business, north of this location. I'm not going here this morning. I have to go and take care of business, do other things. But when I'm heading back in, I got to go by, and I'm going to go by, and I'm going to share I'm going to give them the key. So when I go by there, oh no, here we go. I mean, I just can't see it. A lot of Harley guys are going by. So the question here now is, what's going on the events? I mean, what's going on? Something's going on, and it's going towards Baltimore. So I wonder if it's north. There's a policeman right there. For me, guys. Not looking for the 5-mile-an-hour. That guy's looking for the 20-mile-an-hour guy, which, well, there's 2 of them. So the reality is, they're yakking. They're just hanging out, telling their stories. Yeah, get this. I pulled over a guy in a Ford Bronco with bullhorns. That guy, yeah, he thought he was special, all right. After I handed him that ticket, those bullhorns didn't look so famous then, did they? You can only imagine the police that pull people over, what they see and do in their conversations. Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, yeah, I'll pass on that. That was never my calling in life. No, that wasn't who I was. It's just amazing. I live on these roads, and it's just incredible. I'm not even showing you near what I just drove through of all the massive highway construction. It just doesn't end. It's just beyond believable how the roads just constantly being expanded and worked on, the traffic. But yet, you're more than ever the landscape of how people work and travel is changing. But yet, it's just like we were talking this morning in the office. One of the guys who works for me. So many big office buildings being built up in the D.C., Virginia, Maryland area. I mean, just beyond believable what you're hearing, that 53% of the offices are vacant. Yeah, 47% occupancy, 53% vacancy. And as the leases run out for a lot of these companies, they're not going to renew them. So it could be another 5-10% plus, less people that are renting space, these big buildings. And yet you see these huge projects, and you just think to yourself, what is going on? Why? I mean, just, but at the same time, I get it. What they're saying is that people sign contracts, these major projects, years ago, prior to the pandemic, never realizing that, these people would end up, not using this space. Man, I tell you, talk about just having to have mega money to, be able to do what you want to do in big business. You're hearing the Waze guy talk here, and so anyway, it's just incredible. And
that he could drive every day.
Well, here we are at Koons Baltimore Ford. What are we doing now, right? What are we going to do now? Oh my God, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Yeah, I know. Now what am I talking myself into? Nothing. We're leaving. Hey, how about that? My sales like, no. I mean, here's the danger. The F-250 trimmer. Let's fly one of those back, man. Come on. I mean, that is such a beautiful truck. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. What do we give you for this, right? Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Yeah. If it was that price, yeah. No, I'm good. Yeah. Well, we got plenty. Here's the thing. It isn't like these ain't coming back in. You know what I mean? So yeah. As far as thing I can do is get the hell out of here as fast as possible.
I got no lightning for you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah. What color is this one? Oh, the Atlas blue?
Yeah.
Really, guy pulled out a deal?
He pulled it out.
Oh, so the guy we were talking the other day that was just kept on, he was on sidelines and he was trying to find somebody to buy it. Yeah. Oh, this is dangerous. Oh yeah, I should call my guy right now. Hey, do you have a blue one, a black one? Oh my gosh. Yeah, so what package is on this one?
Probably got everything.
Yeah. So is it 80 or 82? 80. See, it's 80 grand. Is it extended range though?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Huh? Did he get the max tow package? Like you really need that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, for me, I just tell you, Well, okay, but here's the problem. Okay, so you guys, did you guys actually pay him for it, or you just walked away from it?
He walked away.
So, okay, so is this 80 grand? Do I get it for 80 grand?
No, you're not the owner. Like, you didn't.
Yeah, I know that. I know. So that's why I'm asking. What do you think they're sold to me for?
Oh, you gotta ask Tim. That's a good question.
Hey, there's the rear window back. You might want to get that out.
That's a really good question, Timmy. He wants the blue.
Yeah.
Lightning. How much?
But I don't. That's the thing. See, that's the thing. I just so love my ICE vehicles.
I know.
And that's after I drove that one. They're nice. And for the business side of my business,
perfect.
Yeah, but I got the Mach-E, Right. So me. There'll be another day. There'll be another day of adventures. We got to spread it out, right?
Yeah.
Got to spread it out.
Spread it out.
That way I can come see you and hang out with you for the day.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't want to because right now I'm thinking we're going to start having a sports car stuff trading in.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're gonna get a Hellcat Charger Red Eye wide body. That's the danger. That's the danger.
Like that.
That's the danger.
And the crazy part is,
everyone
knows you. So even Mark's like, sometimes Mark tells me, hey, you carry this. Show him this one. I'm like, okay. He doesn't like it.
Yeah. I gotta get the hell out of here.
All right. I see you.
All right, see ya. Hey. Uh-oh. Here he comes. Coming back. Oh, you can't get in that way. You're cut off. How much?
$35,000.
Jesus Christ. Maybe you and I can do it, right?
Did it for like, 25.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That'd be classic. Yeah, see there, I'm leaving. I'm actually leaving without buying a car, right? I left. Amazing, right? It is interesting. The F-150 Lightning truck. Yeah, you heard I just said, right? So, sincerely, if they let it go for 80 grand, if they let it go for 80 grand, oh, come on. There's no doubt in my mind I could flip it, make 10, maybe 20. But here, you got to think about this. For the record, not real comforting, being that if you think about it, here, I just bought a truck that was sitting on a lot for about a week. It's not a long time. Oh, there's another one. So there's another Lightning. Yeah, what's going on, right? The F-150 Lightning, the hottest thing around. You're so lucky to get one, and another guy just pulled out of it. Another guy walked away from the deal. I don't know, I've preached it so many times, and I know people watching my channel like, man, we just want to hear it anymore. But I'm telling you, I think the change is upon us. I just think people more than ever are starting to think, wow, I don't know, man. And if you watch my channel, you come to understand that, the electric vehicle, paying $90,000 such a vehicle, sincerely, what'd you gain? You could buy a nice used F-150 truck for probably 50 grand. So for close to half the money, you're telling me you're going to go through $50,000 of gas? Yeah, I think more than ever, that's what people are kind of starting to think about, is that just that, hey, we're, Why? Yeah, really, why? Hey, congratulations, I left without buying a damn thing. I'm getting better, right? I didn't even watch my channel. It's like, wow, well, you go to the dealership one time and drive away and you're rewarding yourself? Yeah, I hear you. Oh, but what you don't know is, so they're interested in my dad's Maverick. In fact, I gotta make a phone call. Yeah, I gotta do that. I just remember that. All right, this is where the passion. Remember I talk about the passion for the vehicles we own? This is where, is my father ready to part with the Maverick? Okay, so let's just see. I'm trying to get my sport mode here. What's going on? Get my sport mode. I love my sport mode. So let's give him a call. Let's see what happens. A lot of times he doesn't answer.
Hello.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, Gary.
How you doing?
I just got your mother off. Taking all that stuff. On my way home.
What are you driving?
What am I driving?
Yeah, what are you driving? Which vehicle, the Hyundai or the Maverick?
No, I'm in a new.
You got a nice new Cadillac Escalade, did you? Wow. Wow.
You buying that?
Yeah, that'll be delivered to your house tomorrow, okay? Just sit tight, hang out.
Yeah,
Sit on the bed of the truck and drink a beer as your new car shows up, all right?
Okay.
Trust me.
How come? Is Julia upset with me about even thinking of getting rid of that Maverick?
Well, that's why I'm calling you. I got it sold.
Why?
I got it sold.
What do you mean you got it sold?
Well, I'm just letting you know it's sold if you want to let it go.
Yeah, well, how much am I putting in my bank account?
I don't know. That's what I got to find out. I got to find the payoff on that vehicle. So here's the deal. Koons Baltimore Ford wants that truck. They'll send a truck carrier to pick it up, to bring it up north here. But I got to find out how much you owe on it to know if the deal can go down. Because we put in the extended warranty, the wheel and tire, and the gap, which you'll get all that stuff back. So I think you will get some money back out of that truck. But I got to find out we got to call and find out what the payoff is. And
But do you think that's the smart thing to do?
Well, I'm just kind of hearing from you that you're kind of thinking it just isn't really worth the insurance, and for me, I'm paying the payment and everything else. I mean, it's a lot of money. So if it's not really, if you enjoy your Hyundai Santa Fe, then in my eyes, then that's great. Just enjoy that. And like I say, you may get like $5,000 out of this thing. I don't know. So we got to research. So, I mean, in all sincereness, you may get $5,000 between selling the truck and paying off the extended warranties and everything, and the payoff. Like a month later, you may be getting checks in the mail that I would imagine be $4,000.
Well, I like the Maverick, but your mother and I basically, I think as I told you, came to feel like we only need one car, and I probably came within just a hairbreadth of not being able to keep my driver's license.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, that's why I'm thinking it's a good idea, because the market's hot right now. And so when I get back in, I'm over in Baltimore. I just got done being over in the Bel Air, Maryland area most of the day. And so when I get back in, I'm going to find out what the payoff is. I got all that paperwork. And I'm going to talk to Mark, who's the used car manager who buys this stuff. So he's throwing a pretty good number out, but I think we need to clean up a little bit more. So I'll later on. But I just wanted to feel you out. And, and if you're open to this idea, I think it's a good idea. If you're all attached to it, that's something different. But I think the Hyundai's the better package for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do too.
And then,
Because I can't
then we
leave-
can just
I
bring,
can't leave the
then we,
truck.
and then we can just bring the Ranger back home and put it in the garage, and we'll just evaluate that when I'm back down there in December.
Okay. All right.
So I'll let you know. And what's pretty cool is, you know, I've got such a strong relationship with Koons, you know, Baltimore. If I tell them to go ahead and do it, they'll get all the paperwork, you know, overnighted to you, and then you'll have a guy texting you that would come by with a car hauler and pick it up and take it away.
Okay. All right.
So I'll keep you abreast. But is everything else okay? Is Mom doing okay?
Yeah, you know, about the same. And, you know, she's got an endoscopy scheduled for, yeah, you know about that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's doing, you know, about the same. Don't worry about it. She's lost another pound of weight. She's down to 101.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, since I've left, she gained a few pounds back, but since I left, what's her weight compared to when I left?
Yeah, she gained about 2 pounds, but she's lost that.
Yeah.
And she really, I don't know, even her doctor's getting on her case about eating. You gotta eat.
Yeah.
Still do it.
Right.
So, at any rate, but she's doing, she's doing pretty good. She went to church a week ago Sunday and went to the small group with me, you know, Sunday evening. So she was on the go the whole day and did pretty well.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah. So, I'd say she's holding her own, other than the weight thing.
What, are you hanging out?
Right.
Are you hanging out in the parking lot right now waiting for her in the doctor's office?
No, I'm going home, and she'll call me because we may have a long meeting today. It's been a long week, so she'll call me. Yeah. Hey, but by the way, Gary, that new restaurant is opening up here next Monday. A week from Monday.
Yeah, the Italian one.
It's an Italian restaurant,
Yeah.
and it's got a good reputation. It's a chain. And they've got some restaurants in, I think, Alabama, Carolina. They got a couple. There'll be 3 here in Tampa before too long.
That's
And
good.
their first, one of the first menu items that they mentioned, it's kind of a favorite, is shrimp scampi.
Well, that's nice. You'll be hanging out there spending all your money. You're gonna love it till you're gonna love it till you see the bill.
True too, but
You may just have to
But
cut
anyway.
back. May just have to, you know, sacrifice going to Starbucks for 2 or 3 days or a week.
no, can't do that. That won't work. I
Yeah.
don't have a reason to get up.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. Yeah, no kids wishing she could be down there filming your antics,
Yeah, wish you could be too.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back down there sooner than you realize.
I know it. We're looking forward to the next visit, Gary. We're always looking forward to it.
Yeah, all right. Well, hey, who's playing tonight, Dad? You know who's playing tonight?
You know, I don't. I just haven't really kept up with the schedule that much.
Yeah.
In fact, the thing you just mentioned, I forgot tonight is Thursday night football.
Yeah, well, I forgot it was
Yeah.
Thursday. I forgot today was Thursday when I got out of bed.
Yeah, well, about the same way. That's why I don't know who's playing tonight.
Well, it's gonna be
Taking the time.
it's gonna be San Diego Chargers against the Kansas City. It's the Super Bowl rematch.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be good.
You know, it's that young.
That'd be a good game.
It's that, you know, it's Mahomes and that young San Diego Charger kid. I can't think of his name right now. I know his name. I can't think of it. I got it. Huh?
Not Burrows.
No, Burrow's in Cleveland. No, this is the blonde-headed young guy, kind of a tall, athletic, really good. He's a really good quarterback. It's like Hubbard or something like that. Huber or Hubbard or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I think it's Hubbard or Hoover or something. But anyways, it's your big Thursday night. Sit down and watch football night.
Oh boy, that would be better than watching Tucker and Hannity.
Yeah, the brainwashing.
Yeah, exactly. Brainwashing. Right.
Yeah. Don't get Uncle Davey over there. You guys will all be riled up all night long.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take much to rile up Uncle Davey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's wanting me to read the riot act to Jim up at the
Oh, jeez.
arena.
Yeah, this reminds me of you and David going down to the repair shop in California. It was classic. David has a Pontiac GTO. It's like 1975. David has a Pontiac GTO, you know, like a 67, and you guys go down to pick it up, and the guys, you know, charge you guys an incredible amount of money, and you guys go off on the guys at this little auto repair place, and then you leave since you're so mad, not thinking you better take the car with you. So then you go back and you finally pay the frickin' bill, and then by the time it's the following day, then you drive the car home and the wheels all fall off. I wonder why.
Yeah, definitely that. I think we're good or something. I done more than just that.
Yeah, you see what you do is you just pay the bill, you get the keys, you get in the parking lot, and then you go off on them, and then you drive away. I don't know why you guys haven't figured this stuff out. So now there's David going off on Jim and whoever. So yeah, the next thing that's going to happen, you go out in the water and the one motor will fall off as you're blasting out the river.
A huge hole materialized at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, you get you and David together, it's dangerous.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd hate to see Dave Gerges and Uncle Davey together going on a meeting sales pitch.
Yeah, that would be classic.
Yeah. David would tell the guy, you know, here's the story. You and another guy go on a sales pitch, and this is for a big telecom contract, and Dave Gerges tells he's not happy with the way the negotiations are going. So Dave Gerges tells the head guy making decisions that, you know, you type of people are found in the Chicago River with concrete boots.
Right.
Yeah, and then Uncle David would reply, and I'll make the boots.
Yeah. Yeah, David said we lost so many days of boating because of them damaging the boat, and they can't get their repair scheduled on time. He said, you tell him you aren't going to pay him about this. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the 9 o'clock news, you'll see this special where this Scout 255 is seen in the middle of the highway up there.
Yeah, no. They don't have to do that. All they have to do is when you show up at the marina and ask them to put the boat in the water, they're going to go, no. When you pay the bill, we'll put the boat in the water. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, what are you going to do? We ain't paying the monthly storage. Okay, great. What's your next agenda? Well, we want to go boating. Well, how are you going to go boating? Well, put the boat in the water. Well, we ain't putting the boat in the water. Yeah, who's winning that argument?
Yeah, that's right.
Don't get them too riled up. Eventually, those guys will be like, we ain't taking your boat off the cradle. Go find a crane company to come in and get it off for you.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. The boating adventures.
Jim, and everything will be okay. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. The boating adventures, they just don't end.
No, there's always something.
It's more like the marina adventures.
Yeah, well, when you buy a boat, you bought a headache.
Yeah.
Just matter what form it takes and how much it costs.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, I just wanted to give you a heads up what's going on. When I get home in later, I'll let you know what I find out.
Okay.
All right.
What happens.
All right. We'll be yakking, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, there's popcorn. And so you heard it. You know, you just heard that, hey, that Maverick truck, you know, that Ford Maverick, you know, so here's the thing. That Ford Maverick is a really hot item. But let me tell you what. I did a little video on that truck. And I have a Ford Ranger all day long. I'm telling you, that Maverick, it's a freaking Ford Focus with a truck body sitting on top of it. For me, I drove that vehicle. There's just nothing there. It's a really cool looking little vehicle, but for me, I mean, I'm sorry. I've got a Ford Ranger truck, 2 of them, and those things are so cool and so nice. And they drive like trucks because they're on a truck basis frame. Ford Ranger and the Ford Bronco I'm driving share the same frame. So that Ford Maverick, I swear it's on the Ford Escape. I shouldn't say the Focus. It's on the Ford Escape platform. There's just no doubt in my mind that vehicle, because it drives like a car. It's just, and you know what? For me, it's got that 4-cylinder little turbo motor in it, and to me, there's no power. So if anybody has a Maverick, sorry if I'm coming across harsh in your Maverick. I tell things the way they are. Just like earlier, what am I driving? I'd rather drive an ICE truck than a F-150 Lightning truck. F-150 Lightning truck, I mean, they're nice, but it's not like my Raptor. It's not like my Ram 3500. Oh, geez. So the kid calls me, and she's driving my white truck right now. Yeah. She wants to drive the pipe truck. So now that puts the pressure on me to get the pipe on the black truck, because I know she's going to drive that truck, and she's going to be like, hey, Dad, I want to drive the white truck. I don't think she will, but once she drives it, I'll be amazed if she isn't like Dad. Yeah, the pipe, the exhaust node. I talk about this in so many of my videos. It's all about the exhaust node. Yeah, that's what's the big talk of the day, was the Detroit Auto Show. Ford Mustang's still going to have a pipe on it and have exhaust node. Yeah, so anyways, Ford Maverick, it's a really cool truck. And if it was a little bit more, I felt practical, you know, would I get it? Do I ship it up here, or do I go pick it up for me? I don't know. I just don't. For me, I drove it down there, and there's just nothing there. It just isn't like. And that was, even I did a review on it when they first came out. If you go back many videos, you'll see when it first came out last year. I test drove it at Koons Ford, and it was just like, yeah, you know, it's a price vehicle, but at the same time, the Ford Ranger trucks are so much nicer, and they're within that price range. Oh my gosh, our long video for the day. People are watching like, geez, man, well, I'm just trying to convey my day and what's going on and my thoughts and adventures, and hopefully some of these things I feed you kind of give you a little information that you go, yeah, I kind of like, you know, yeah, right. F-150 Lightning, guy that works for me, is loving it. So, all right, probably wrap it up here, or maybe make another video before I cut it off. But odds are, I think it's done. A lot of video, probably an hour-long video. If you're like, Jesus Christ, your videos take forever. Yeah, I know. I talk forever. But hopefully talking, you know, you are getting some information. Oh, goodness. Is this my guy? It's hard to believe. Nah, could be. This is so funny. No way. That's my guy. There isn't. He should be long gone. I mean, this is funny. Nope, because those windows are tinted out. Yeah, so no, we still have a dealer tag. I didn't even ask about the freaking tags back there. Should I ask them about the 30-day tag? Where's that? Now I get to drive next to the F-150 Lightning and say, wow, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I like it. I like it. I love my Bronco. Oh, they want me to give up the Bronco. So it's back in the dealership. They're like, yay. I'm like, no way. Nope. Nope, ain't gonna do it. Hey, look here. 19.5 miles a gallon. Not too shabby. You know, 20 if I kind of laid off for a little bit. I could probably get 20 out of this. My wife did. Going down to Tennessee, 20 miles per gallon. Yeah, so not too shabby. All right, rolling back in. Just talked to the wife for half an hour about yabba dabba doo. It's my the video adventures. I just about bought another car. Which, yeah, no. It's my wife's just like, oh my God. My wife's just totally, Jesus Christ, stop. I'm like, you know what? I'm such a wild man. Let's just sell all our cars and keep a few. I mean, if you don't think I've done that. Yeah, I mean, it's also serious. I would part with my Mach-E's. I would part with my... I get good money for all my Mustangs and Challenger. I would part with them. I want to keep my 4Runner. I want to keep my Bronco. I want to keep my Ram trucks. And the Ranger truck. But, you know, if I got money for everything else, I'd be like, yeah, time to cash out and get rid of it. Because I think the next adventure in this country is right around the corner. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching YouTube, Ice Age TV, Car Adventure Day. And hopefully you have a great evening. And God